As we talk about, what is a brand? We're talking about brand deals, but what is a brand? I'll be honest, when I first joined the influencer program, I started putting some live streams out there, and I was contacted by a couple of people offering free products, and I got really excited about it. But we'll go into that story in a minute. But it's kind of weird because after the excitement over the free products faded, I realized that there's the importance of not only the brands that I'm working with, but there's the importance of my brand as well. So what is a brand? That's a genuine question. I'll throw that out there to the comment section. I know we've got some experts watching this as well, but what do you class as a brand? I know a lot of people think a brand is a logo or a tagline, but I think a brand is so much more than that. A brand is the whole ethos, the culture of your identity, whether it be a business or as a personal brand. It's what you stand for. It's your values. It's everything that identifies you as a whole, as a business. And it's important to bear that in mind, because when you first become an Amazon influencer and companies start offering you free products or, $10, $20, $30 to do a video on a product or do a live stream on a product, you've got to bear in mind, does that fit in with your brand as well? And that's really important, because the more you look after your brand, the better brand deals you're going to get. And so, before you just accept everything, I did it, I had to do a video on a barbecue. I do tech streams, what I mean? But I was so excited about getting free stuff. And so, yeah, you've got to be conscious of, your brand as well, and maintaining that. So in the beginning, when you do get random offers, don't just accept everything and anything. So yeah, when I say what is a brand, be conscious of what are your brand values. Where do you see your live stream going in the kind of the long term? So you don't want to kind of take on any products that aren't necessarily of great value. And when I say value, I don't mean in terms of monetary value. I'm talking about in terms of the value that you're going to be delivering to your audience. If you take on a product that is just, not necessarily a great product, that's going to have an impact on your audience and how they perceive your brand. So that is something to bear in mind. So as we talk about brands, who is your ideal brand? What type of streams are you doing? What's your niche? Who is your lives aimed at? Because once you know that, once you understand your brand, it gives you a better understanding of what brands you can align with. And it's important to do that. Think, who is your ideal brand? For me, I would love to work with Rode. I would love to work with Canon. There's the absolute dream brands you want to work with. But there is nothing stopping you from going out and reaching out to these people. Reach out to them. In such a great world that we live in now with social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of these brands are on these spaces and they are looking to see what's out there. I know another live streamer who did a great thing. They saw a brand showcasing a product on their YouTube and literally jumped in the comment section of their YouTube saying, I absolutely love this product. I would love to feature this on my Amazon live stream. Here are my details. And there we go. And lo and behold, as A follows B or B follows A, the next time I saw that person streaming, they were using one of these products. And that's as simple as it gets. So you can wait for brands to contact you. And trust me, once you become an Amazon influencer, they will do that. Let's just put this up on the screen as well. Let me just bring it up here. If you're not already part of the Amazon influencer program, please sign up for that. If you do have a following on your social media, then joining this program is going to absolutely be a game changer for you. It's a great way of monetizing your live streaming, and using BeLive, the tools that are on this platform really make that as simple as possible. So yes, that is the Amazon influencer program. Because it's such a new platform still, there's plenty of space for all of us to do well. So it makes sense for us all to help each other do well, which is why I always say drop your link to your storefront in the comment section so I can follow you. Yes, who's your ideal brand? think of people that are in your sector and think of the different levels of that. So, you know, obviously in the live streaming sector, there is some great brands, Rode, Apple, you know, in the tech sector, there's loads of stuff there, but there'll be people within your sector that you kind of want to work with, and then work down from there as well. You tend to find, I'll be dead honest, when you start out, Apple, Rode, all of these big brands are not going to be knocking down your doors to start with, but it is important to kind of look for the brands that you want to work with, because in the beginning, you know, it's a joint venture. Your live streaming is showcasing their products, but showcasing their products is also probably going to bring you an audience as well. So that's why it's important. If you just take on any product, you know, that, you know, if you don't care about the value of that product, if you take on anything, then what's going to happen is that's not going to bring you an audience, and you're not delivering value. So it one cancels out the other, it negates it. All you end up with a free mobile phone charger, which probably, you know, isn't really fit for purpose. And so be careful of stuff like that. So yeah, find out who your ideal brands are, find out what interesting stuff that is coming out, what up and coming brands are there within your niche, your industry, that are quite interesting, and reach out to those as well. Again, you know, show them your live stream, show them your social media, show them your brand. And that's ultimately, and we'll keep repeating this process all the way through, your brand is going to help you attract brands. You know, what does your live stream look like? What are your colors that go through your social medias? Is it all connected? Is it a brand? Is your Instagram, is your Facebook, is your groups, is your live streams, is your Amazon storefront all following the same type of brand? If it is, you have got the battle already won. If it's a mishmash of all sorts of different things, that's not giving a strong brand identity, and it devalues the brand's perception of you. So make sure that that stuff is, you know, integral throughout everything that you do, every stream that you're doing. Again, another fantastic thing with BeLive is it enables you to brand your streams with logos in the corners, with lower thirds, with the agendas, the backgrounds, everything you can think of, overlays, all of it, help you maintain your brand identity throughout all of your streams as well. Yes. Talk about your ideal brand. Do your research. This is so important. I said earlier about when I first became an Amazon influencer and I started putting out a couple of streams, because of the branding element with BeLive, it meant that my streams could start looking pretty okay. I was then contacted by a couple of companies that kind of went, listen, we love your streams. We would love for you to do some videos for us. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And that we'll send you some product. And I'm like, yeah, send me everything. They sent me a list of some stuff that some was available and some wasn't on Amazon. And they've sent me some stuff through. And I ended up with, you know, quite a few products that weren't necessarily what I would want to promote to my audience. A barbecue, and other bits and bobs. And the problem with that is I was too excited about getting these free stuff. I didn't take into account, you know, the time it was going to take to prepare for the live stream, the time it would take for recording of the video, the unboxing, and all of this, and the time that it took to negotiate backwards and forwards with this particular brand. And in the end, after that experience, I kind of went, that's not an experience I want to go through again. It did get quite stressful. So I stepped back from working with them. And that's when I realized that, yes, there's the excitement of getting free products to showcase in your live stream, but there has to be, you know, you have to check out what you're going to associate with. Otherwise, you end up with a phone charger that doesn't really charge your phone. And I wasn't prepared to promote that. So you've got to be careful with that. So do your research, because free and cheap goods are going to have a negative impact on your brand, which in turn is going to have a negative impact on working with future brands, You want to have that value and integrity that brands want to associate with. You have got to align with them just as they need to align with you as well. Don't get me wrong, you know, you do get some lower cost, better value products. And as you start out, it will be lower cost, better value brands that you're working with. But do your research, make sure that they align with your values and you are promoting something that's going to deliver value. So do your research. That is the most important thing. And we touched on this earlier. Are you brand ready? You know, are your social medias on point? You don't have to have thousands and thousands of followers. The great thing with Amazon Live is, you know, your live streams appear on these product pages. So if you look good, if your stream looks good, if the level of production is of a certain level, you're going to stand out from other people and the brands are going to notice you. The brands, the marketing companies, the brands and the marketing companies that look after these brands are on these platforms. They are watching what is going on. You know, they're not just sat there blind. They're looking at whose stuff looks good, who is consistent, who is regularly streaming at certain times. They're looking for all these things. They're looking for people that their values line up with the company's values as well. So definitely make sure that you are brand ready. You know, make sure you've got your ducks in a row. What would you do if a massive brand, you know, contacted you today and said, right, we really want you to promote this. Have you got your stuff ready? Have you got your influencer account? Have you got your storefront branded up? Have you got your your live stream, your BeLive back room? Is that all organized, ready to go? You know, what are your brand colors? What are your brand values? It all sounds confusing. It's not. It's all simple, but it just means the more you prepare to lay that foundation now for your ideal brand, the more prepared you are going to be for any brand coming on board. What data do you hold? Do you have a press kit? As a performer, we have what's called an EPK, an electronic press kit. And that's the thing that I take with me into this industry. So if somebody contacts me or I prospect a brand to work with, they get my EPK, my electronic press kit. That sounds really fancy pants, but the reality is it just needs to be your profile picture, some information about you, the niche your live stream is going out to, what followers do you have on both your Amazon as well as your socials, your Instagram, your Facebook. What followers do you get? What's your average view count, clicks, sales, those key points of information? If you have got that data, data wins all the time. So if you've got a EPK, a one-page PDF that you can email them by saying, this is me, this is the niche I work in, these are my average show views, here's the average click rate within that show, and here's the stuff that I can offer you. That puts you as a really interesting prospect, especially when you consider a lot of the people out there are not going to be having that information to start with. Make sure you've got an agreement in place before the products are sent out. What do they want from you? And what's expected and timeframes? So this is, everybody works at different fees. Now, if you go in the group, some people are like, I'm not going to do a video for less than X, Y, Z. Depends where you are, what your confidence level is for producing a live stream and what value you put on your time. But this is the most important thing. It's the value you put on your time. A couple of really important points. If you are given a product or you are being paid to promote a product, you have to tell your audience this. Now, if you're joining a live, it makes sense to repeat this many times throughout the live. It goes against kind of terms of service to be promoting a product that you have been given or been paid to promote without letting the audience know. So if you've been given, let's say, for example, I don't know, a Rode wireless go. Let's say Rode had sent me this and I'm promoting this, I have to let my audience know that this is a product that has been sent to me to review. It's been a product that has been sent to me, or I'm being paid to promote. Otherwise, it does go against Amazon terms of service for you to be promoting products that you've been paid to promote, given the illusion that it is a bought product. So yeah, be transparent. That is so important. Let your audience know, because again, it's about delivering that value. It's about your brand consistency going forward. If your audience somehow feels like you are cheating on them by, shipping products, then you're going to lose your audience. So again, I'm always about delivering value. It's not about today. It's not about tomorrow. It's about next year. It's about the year after that.